Good afternoon, DJ. It's still Monday, December 5th. Time is currently 1:26 p.m. PM session. Let's go. Just arrived at my desk as I started this. I would say like 1:25, right? It just turned 26 when I clicked the record and all that thing there. As always, my weekly target is 5%. Mental check-in. Feeling generally okay. All right, excited to see what price action has in store for us going into the PM session. Excited to continue to grow. All right, and get 1% better from this morning session as well. Risk disclaimer, I accept any risk that comes with trading today. I understand that trading comes with real risk and that losing is part of the battle. News, no news of note to mention this PM session, but we've had news today. All right, I'm still making an optimal day to take a trade. Risk going into today, not that it really matters. Even though we're demoing, we're just right now we're just working on the execution part. We haven't really gone to the risk aspect of trading yet. But yeah, risk will be 0.5 and we have a max of 1.5 on the day. Weekly program going to this week is a buy program. Let's go ahead and review price action since we've been away to see if anything's happened to change that for us. Nothing really. I'm not gonna flip my mind, especially not on a Monday. Maybe Wednesday you will get me. All right, but for today, anyway, I wanted to see dollar. Yeah, we hadn't taken this yet. All I know is I said I wanted it to remain below this inefficiency because it's an inversion. All right, we came in, took buy side here to the remainder of this inefficiency, left a portion of it open, which is what we want to see is signs of weakness. All right, meaning dollar wants to go lower. All right, so for now, dollar's maintaining what we want to see in terms of risk off scenario. T-bonds, nothing really of note to really mention, stuck between this high and this low here, these very typical lows. We've taken highs. All right, maybe next now it's time for you to take lows, but it's not really doing anything for me to have a clear understanding of where it could potentially be going to. Dow being the leader here, all right, also the one to take its lows here, while these created higher lows. It took created lower low here and took its high, and while the other two are lagging behind. But as far as my current understanding of price action goes, right, nothing's really happened in price to change my weekly program. Getting a better feel for my model and what I'm looking for in price. Let's look at lunch session. The trade that we took -1 from, which was here. Yeah, took -1 here and then continue buy trade from the morning. Failed to hit -2.5. Even below, I still wouldn't have made it there. And it most definitely would have come and taken us out. 0.75, 0.5. Yep, would have come and taken us out at 0.5 there. I wanted to mention something here going into lunch session. Previous dealing range was there. As you can see, we come, we take buy side. These are my second higher probability trades, right? That we're looking for the retracement back into inside the range here. Lovely jubbly stuff there. Kicking off 130. That was a beauty. Let's adjust first. We adjust dealing range. We identify our dealing range, go into the PM session, which our buy side gets adjusted to here. We are in discount, coming out of discount, taking this low here. Nothing for me to do here, just watching it. Came down, took these relatively for lows here. Still have these down here. Wow, what a brilliant lunchtime trade though, right? Ooh, look at that. Let's see how much he offered us. No entry. It looks like he wouldn't have been tagged on the 1 minute, but once the 1 minute confirms that, right, you can easily, or it can be confirmed on the 15 seconds as well. Easily use the 15 seconds here to get an entry. As you can see, on the 1 minute, it doesn't come back to the low, but on the 15 seconds, most surely gives you one, at least two opportunities here to get in on that. What does it go to? -7. Cool. Solid stuff there. Beautiful trade. Yep, 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 yep. They're my second high probability trades for a reason. Yo, why? This is like the how many? I can't even remember how many times I've done that shit. Why I keep clicking on that? Excuse me. This was taken here. So I have this here now. So it doesn't give us an entry. We'll watch from here. Well, if we get to a -1, then that'll be a dud, isn't it? It's a counter trend trade here. Should have been tagged in that. So sell limit above, then we're buying. We'll put the limit below, then we'll drag it up, right? Yeah, makes more seems to be this best right here. Counter trend after this setup here, so anticipating much from this setup here. But we haven't got a pro trend trade yet, so trade back below to and through. What's the low of this? 8,925. Yep, same one. Not in there for me really. On the buy side. Baby, a shoe. Oh, mommy. Fair loss. This is the least probable trading inside the range, right? This is what it brings. Never encounter of trading inside the range. And on top of that, going against the session bias, right? And the weekly bias. That just further reduce probability of the trade. But that's fair. Selling report at the top, buying at the bottom. We're tracking this setup here though, which is a pro trend trade, which is high probability setup for us here. No, 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 no. So can happen via, right? Someone's respecting this. Yep, recording. Excuse me. No. Model 2, right? Yep, yep. I haven't really been paying attention to them though, but I need to start paying attention to them. When it fails, right? Does it give me buy model or sell model too? Let's go back to the loss that we took. Look at loss here. Minimalism. It's gonna give you nothing really. I will need to see. But look thing here. Just working on my execution, see how I'll do. Of that, 2575. So we're looking at 2675. You can just go from this inefficiency here. It doesn't have to come all the way back up. I was gonna watch it, but we're here. We're at the next phase working on execution. So let's work on it, right? We know what kind of trades we're really looking to be in. Okay. Right now we're just trying to work out how we're gonna execute. And so I need as much experience and drills as I can, possibly get done. Be right at it or look a bit below. Either way, we wouldn't be tagged yet anyway, but let's do right at it. Right at it, right at them, right, for now. Okay, and see if it makes a difference. And then if we see that we're getting taken out or we're not being tagged, right, then we'll adjust as we need to. But now, right at it is fine. Framing the risk here needs to be there. You don't want to give me an entry. It's fine. Obviously, there was a fair value gap with volume imbalance here. And I do have it written here somewhere. Market structure shift lays on fair value gap can enter on fair value gap. Market structure shift lays on fair value gap can enter on fair value gap. Now, when do I pull the plug, right? If we haven't been tagged in a trade that we're anticipating an entry in. Good questions that need answers. If my -1 is hit, well, let's stay in this and see, right? Let's keep it and see. We might even get an opposite trade and just cancel it altogether. Or is it till we get the opposite trade? So many questions. Definitely don't have the answers to yet. So that is great that we're doing this, or that I'm doing this and not rushing into anything without having the answers, the questions I need answers to. Yeah, that's a good question actually. Though, when do you pull the plug on waiting? I'm gonna watch you get to -2 and then come back and tag me in. What's probability of of being successful in that trade? Not great, right? We already got to -2. Am I gonna let it hit -1 and then leave it alone? Like, what is the deal? What are we going to do in that scenario? Oh, this one hit -1 already before tagging us in the trade. So that should reduce probability of the trade once we're tagged in. But we don't have enough data to back up anything right now, nor do we have a protocol or procedure in place for it because we don't have the data. Oh, mommy. So you'd be tagged in there. This is trading inside the range, or least probable trades. Plus, this one is also a counter trend trade in terms of session and weekly. So which brings down the probability even more. So taking losses here is you're asking for it, right? You have to be aware. You have to be aware that, yeah, more likely to take losses here. Doesn't mean I won't trade inside the range though, because we've taped trades inside the range. That's been the trades of the days, right? So all right. We were in this trade at 2 o'clock, let's say 2 o'clock. It's now 2:05, it's been 5 minutes. -1 hasn't been hit yet. 6 minutes now into this trade. Feels longer, but it's only 6 minutes, right? So about 6 to 7 minutes, 6 minutes. Cool. Let's see what else this trade will offer us. So it reaching -1, we can still enter. For now, right? We can still enter. But this is just the first instance of us collecting data on this. So this will be what we'll be basing it off by. But obviously, as we collect more data and the data suggests otherwise, we'll make that determination when we get there. But for now, even if we've hit -1 and we haven't been tagged, we can still enter the trade. Cool. So that's very important, actually. I need to have a thing where I have a list of the things I'm collecting data on, because it's all over the gap here. It's all over the gap. Um, how am I gonna put this? If not tagged. Trade. That's it. I don't know if this makes sense, but that's the only way I know to put it right now. I said data, if not tagged, but trade has hit -1, can enter still. I know what I'm trying to say, but I just don't know how to put it down for me to, in a succinct manner for me to understand what I'm trying to say. But for now, that's what we have, so we'll just leave it as that. But DJ, that's something that we're now, excuse me, collecting data on, right? When we're not tagged in the trade, how far or how long in terms of time-wise do we wait till we're tagged in the trade? Trade was confirmed at 1:50. I didn't even realize the macro. 150 macro. It was confirmed that 150 macro, we wasn't tagged in it until 10 minutes later. Maybe an interval, 2 intervals. An interval to two, right? 1 to 2 intervals. Let's say 1 to 2 intervals, which is the same as what I'm looking at in terms of the key levels, in terms of time-wise, when to cut a trade, if it's not moving to -1 for me. We don't have plausible deniability on -2, and I have been placing them right at it. So I will need plausible deniability there. I think we got it now. Yep. -2. All right, stop goes to 0.5. Counter trend trade, so 80% of the trade will be off already. If I still had some left over, right? But for now, we're just trying to work out just the execution aspect. We're not really in the risk side or the management side. It's really just trying to get comfortable with executing. We'll be interested in a buy here. So we'll have it at the low here. So if we get that confirmed, we'll just drag it up. Drop it below just because we don't want price to, do a quick drop and tag us in the trade that we're not even trying to get into, right? So let's have it below. For now, nothing for me to do yet. And we're 1 minute. See, there's a lot of moving parts here. Okay, we have this here. Go to 230 for now. Not really that many moving parts, but there's a few moving parts here. Close this. Nothing here for me to do right now. Oh, still nothing there. This will probably be what we have 30. So 245 will be like getting out of here. I like 245 we're getting out of here. So yeah, this will probably be the only trade we get to witness today. Live. DJ live. But I'm sure there'll be plenty more before the day ends that we'll have the joy of looking at in hindsight when we backtest tonight. What flavor? Okay. Still interested. Close it for now. It would be in the cell here. Definitely a portion of it left open there. The 60-day equilibrium down here. We're looking for negative tree. Nope, that's negative tree right there. For sure. For sure. Anyway, hi. Okay. If he gave it to me, I would be interested. This sell trade here will be a break even and 90% of the trade would be off. Even though we have a low below it, doesn't have to grab it. What's the high? 9950. 9950. Nope, nothing for me there. To and through. To and through. 9950. 9950. Yep. Not me. Not me. Not for me. Not yet. Anyway, I can close this if it ain't gonna give it to me now. Yep, it's not giving it, so we'll wait. $3.5. Four is at dealing range equilibrium. So once we pass the dealing range equilibrium, we'll be at -4. Uno minuto. Left on this 15-minute range interval candle, however you want to look at it. Still the high that needs to go for me to be interested here up here. Even on the 15 seconds. Well, high. Yeah, definitely. Yep, definitely it's that high. -4. Okay, smashed. Still the high that needs to go for me to be interested. Unless we create a new high, right? But now that's the high. Oh, mommy. Baby, oh, sure. Low 8125, 8125. Not yet, not yet. Patience, young warrior. Yeah, it won't be a 15 seconds, but it should be a 1 minute if it confirms the high. Yep. Da, 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 da. Yeah, those are one of those things I've been saying I want to try to avoid. That's why you have it way below where your entry is, because you never know what this price action it can just ooh, tag you in. You're like, no, I don't want to be tagged in there. What the hell? What the helly? Let's get the sell side. The next liquidity we go below price. Yep, 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 yep. And to get out of here soon. But at least we got one solid trade for the PM session here. Negative 4.5. Let's see if negative 5 is on the card. Negative 7 is right below our liquidity. All right, so let's see. We've got a high that needs to go for us to be interested in a buy. Okay, so for now, nothing for us to do but manage our trade. There you go. -5. Getting smashed. That would be it for me on this trade because it's a counter trend trade on both ends. If I had anything left over anyway, let's see how much. I know I framed it off this, but it should really be, I'll collect the data and see, right? That gave us 32, 38 contracts. But yeah, definitely would have had a little bit something for down here. Well, let's frame the risk of this and that. And it's just veering off the chart now. Yeah, -8. Based on, the low that gets taken, the high is high. After the low gets taken, that's what I'm thinking to do. Make streamlines it. But here will be -6. But really, it will be, should be, that's my alarm for me to leave, get ready to leave for my game. So let's do a trade performance review. Perfect way to end it right here when it really should be here. I think the highest high after the market structure shift. That should be my stop. Gives me 38 contracts here to play with. Look at that bad boy. -9 in line with that. 10 below it. Okay, yeah, solid afternoon session here. At least we witnessed this beauty. Two beautiful trades today. Well, more than two, but like in terms of, trades of the sessions, two beautiful trades of the sessions that we got, really and truly. But what I did well this PM session, DJ, all right, is as always, show the full scope here. It took a loss here. Fair, nothing wrong. Only thing promised to us in this industry, in this battle, is that we're gonna take losses, right? Fair, nothing wrong with that. Didn't let it deter me. So the model engaged, got out -1. Well, its -1 is here, right? And it really comes negative. Also, maybe 2 then. Well, it was based off on this high, which it shouldn't have been. But it is what it is. Should have been based off this high, the risk-wise. Because from this market structure shift, this is the highest high. Cool. That's how I'm gonna just so I can like make it easier, streamline. So there's no question mark on where you put in your stop loss. From the market structure shift was the highest high. Boom. There's your stop loss. Showed up, all right, got 1% better, gained experience, definitely learned lessons that will take into my next trading day, next session, all right, that will make me a better trader, that will improve upon my model, my procedures and protocols. Obviously, there's still unanswered, there's still some unanswered questions, all right, which is what this process is there to answer, right? Until I have all the answers to all the questions that keep popping up, I'm not ready, right, to go into live. I don't want to be having to go into live, and which is what I was doing, which was why I understand why is not the good way to actually progress and develop as a trader. Okay, so since I submitted to the process and I'm going through the process, I'm learning a lot. All right, that sell side getting smashed there. -10 getting smashed. Even on this one, let's see where it would be at. -7 heading to -8, but yeah, this should be how I should have followed it up there. But yeah, once I get answer to the questions that, then, and there's no more questions popping up, then, all right, I'll be ready, all right, and I'm confidently executing and I'm comfortable setting up my limit orders and, all of that stuff, then I'll be ready to do the live ting. But for now, definitely not ready. DJ, where I fell short PM session, I don't think there's anywhere where it really fell short. No. Can't think of anything right now. But we did take a low here, 1 minute low. So if you have a 15-second high, we'll be interested in that as well. So it'll be this high on the 15 seconds. Since we've taken a 1 minute sell side near the key level. How I can improve for next day, next trading session is just keep showing up, all right? Keep seeking excellence in everything that I do. All right, don't let short-term adversity deviate from what I got going on. Like I said this morning, I have a solid foundation now of what I'm looking for in price and the kind of setups that I want to see, the kind of setups like my high probability setup, my least high probability. This was one of the least high probability setups, right? And look what it did, right? You just never know, man. You just never know. That's why I take both sides. Just because is low on probability doesn't mean don't take it. Obviously, you can choose not to take it and miss out on these kind of trades, which is fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. But I just understand what I'm looking for now, that I'm very happy to engage in those kind of trades now because I know what I can do, right? Not my full potential, but I've back tested enough, right? And forward tested enough now to be like, okay, yeah, I know what this model can do. So I don't mind getting into these trades and taking an L. If it's an L, it's an L, right? That's the only thing promised to us. So now I'm watching this high here instead of this high because we did come down into the low and took this high. So let's look at this high here on the 15-minute. Still basing it off this 1 minute swing liquidity that was taken here. Um, yeah, you'd be in there right now already tagged. So I'll put my, from the market structure shift, this is the lowest low. So this is how it would be framing our risk and target in that. So we'll see. I'll see anyway when I come back and do my back testing on the day to see how this trade pans out. And if it's anything worth mentioning, if I remember in the morning, we'll talk about it. But if not, DJ, tomorrow, ooh, no news really. No news, but it's NFP Tuesday. All right, so we'll be here. All right, we'll be here. We're at the next phase of progression now, so we'll be here taking execution, taking trades, and getting better at executing and all that jazz, magic in my bob, answering all the unanswered questions that we have that will come up. All right, until no questions keep coming up, then we're like, okay, -1, getting smashed. 30% of the trade is a pro trend trade, right? 30% of the trade off. Stop to 75 on what a sexy trade to end the day on, right? We caught that nicely. Really wouldn't have been engaged, wouldn't have engaged in it anyway because I'm in the middle of my trade performance. Once I start that trade performance review, absolutely no more trading. So I wouldn't be able to capitalize on this anyway. Obviously, if I was staying, then I would be trading. I would be in here milking this bitch. All right, I'll be in and out already at -1 on my one contract. At least working on my executions. So yeah. Until tomorrow, DJ. Solid stuff here. Very happy with what we got going on. This year is going to be an amazing year. All right, off to a great start already. So yeah, DJ. Until tomorrow morning, kicking off at 9:15, right? You know what it is, what it is, what it isn't. I'm the trader here, signing out. Good luck, good trading. Happy hunting.